Hey there guys, and welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be having some fun making some handmade Christmas gifts. We're going to make a journal and some fun embellishments and also this really cool envelope album. So make sure you watch all of today's video. Just for ease of use, I'm going to be using this collection I found at Hobby Lobby. And I also picked up a separate piece of paper to use as my cover, just so it was a little sturdier. And so, because these are pretty thin, but I loved them and I think they're great, and I think they're going to make a great present for my sister. What's super great about this project is you can really make them any size you want. I'm kind of trying to duplicate the one that I have, so I'm making my inside pages 8 by 11. And I'm just kind of picking out, I don't really need all of them. A good size is used to use 5 to 7 sheets of your paper, just depending on the thickness. And so I'm going ahead and cutting them to my 8 by 11. I'm cutting my 8 first and kind of deciding if that's the size I really want. I'm going to save those little bits because I'm going to actually turn this into a gift for my sister, so I'm going to give her all the leftovers to add. This is my cover. I'm actually going to cut my cover to about 1/4 of an inch larger than my pages, just so it fully covers my pages. So right now I've got it at an 8 by 12 size. I haven't trimmed the longer side yet because I couldn't decide exactly how big I wanted it. What's super great about this is you can really make this any size you want it to be. The average size for like a traveler's notebook, I believe, is about 4.5 by 8.5. So you can make it that size or whatever you want. So I'm actually trimming these down so that my inside pages are 8 by 11 and my outside cover is going to be 8.25 by 11.25. And then we're just going to fold it. If you're fancy and you have something that makes creases or a bone folder, I'm just using popsicle stick and eyeballing it. I'm also flipping some of the pages around because I don't want all my white pages facing each other and all of my printed pages facing each other. And you'll kind of see what I mean whenever we put this together. And so I'm just using a popsicle stick and kind of my eyeballs to kind of get it folded the right way. And you can see I'm folding some one way and some the other way. And you'll see it just adds some variety and more space for journaling actually inside our journal, because sometimes having those patterns can get a little distracting. And then we're just going to stack those on top of each other. Again, just making sure that I've got a nice variety of pattern and white there. All right, now that I've got them all kind of there, now you can decide if you want to trim any overlapping pages. I kind of left it. And then we're going to set them all together inside our cover, and then you're going to need an eraser and a stapler that will fold flat. And you're actually going to staple through the seam of all of them and just lining up your stapler with your spine there, and then just using something that's not going to poke yourself, just flatten those out, and you've created the seam and the binding for your journal, and it is all done. Super easy. Someone in my small group, Shauna, gave me this idea. Super fun, super awesome, and really inexpensive because you can really use a lot of those products that you already have. All right, gift number 2. So this is super fun to either do on your own as an individual gift or to add to the journal or album that we're going to be making in this video. I just grabbed a variety of different things. These are some pre-made little bows. These happen to be some die cuts that came with the paper set I bought. So I'm flipping through and just grabbing a few that I think I might like to turn into paper clips for this project. And I've just got some cheap paper clips from Walmart. They don't have to be fancy. The colored ones are nice. So you're also going to need a hot glue gun because it just makes this part of the project go by faster. And some felt or some fabric that you can kind of use just to sandwich your project, which you'll see here in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and pop out these cute little pre-made bows. And you can kind of see I was trying to work it, but quick thing, always make sure that you are putting your embellishments on the single side of your paper clip, because if you put it on the double side, you're going to actually glue the paper clip part closed, so don't do that. So you can use a little piece of fabric, a little piece of paper, just something that's going to allow you to kind of sandwich that paper clip in between something. So I'm just adding some hot glue and a little bit of that felt and getting glue everywhere. Am I the only one? Shout out if I'm not the only one who gets glue everywhere when I do things like this. And this particular bow had like the little foam sticky on the back. Look how cute it is. Oh, I love it. And so what's super great is, like I said, this kit came with a bunch of pre-made embellishments that match colors, match theme, so it makes it super easy to make coordinating, look how cute that little camera is, but just to make some coordinating paper clips to go with the album we made in the first part. And so I'm kind of digging through some stuff, trying to figure out some other ideas for what we might want to make. And ribbon is always a fun thing to use to make paper clips. It's super easy. You're going to cut a section about 4 inches long, thread it through, double it, thread it through, and then see how we made a loop? Just pull your 2 ends through your loop, and before you pull it tight, add a little dot of glue, pull it tight, and voila, it really is that easy to make a fun little paper clip. I liked this bow and it kind of already existed, so I'm like, why not? Let's make one out of that as well. The sky is really the limit on things you can use to make cute little paper clips. You can use ready-made embellishments. You can make embellishments you already own. You can make your own out of paper. And I love this little bow. I think it's adorable. Look how cute it is. Yay! Or you could really make your own if you wanted to. So I happen to have this little template, which I will actually link below, so you guys can get it too. And it's so you can make your own paper bows. So I actually printed out on cardstock and cut it out so that I could reuse it numerous times. And so I'm just kind of sketching it, tracing it, I guess, on some leftover paper from my album. And then I'm just going to cut it out and give it. So this is going to take a minute, so we're going to fast forward through that. And to keep those curls, you're almost going to do like you would ribbon curls, like with your pencil, so that it gives it a nice curve. And then we're going to just use some hot glue gun to kind of put the pieces together. So fold the flaps back, add the little ribbon danglies. I don't know what they're really called. I'm sure there's a real name for them, but I don't know what they are. And then I'm just going to use that gold that we had left over from our cover to add just some texture and some shine to this cute little thing. This is a super easy way to use some leftover scraps you might have to make just really great little embellishments that are great for your scrapbooking or your paper clips or whatever you happen to do. And so again, sandwiching on a little piece of fabric, you can use leftover ribbon or paper. I just really like it. They are sturdier if you don't just leave them open backed. So that is just a few options for making super cute and fun paper clips. So one other quick thing you can do is to actually embellish a binder clip. Binder clips are great if you don't want to put like a ribbon on your journals. Instead, just take a binder clip and you can actually use that to keep your journal closed. And the easiest and quickest way to embellish a binder clip is just with some regular washi. And since this journal had a lot of gold in it, I'm actually just using some white and gold striped washi tape and just cut it to size and just placing it on the binder clip and then wrapping it around. Super fun, super easy, and way cheaper definitely than buying those patterned ones. So I was super happy with the way that one was, and I decided it needed a little bit more oomph, so I thought it would be fun to take one of those cute little bows and put it on the side as well, because I thought it would just add a little bit more detail. And see how cute it looks just hanging out on the side? So look at all of our cute little personalized embellishments we have to go on our journal, and I think my sister's gonna love it. All right, and to round out our little handmade Christmas video, we're actually going to make what I call a an envelope album, and it really is exactly like it sounds. We're actually going to make an album that you can use for memories or pictures or whatever, actually out of envelopes. So I'll put the dimensions for these down in the comments. I believe it's 4¼ by 6¼ envelopes. I'm not sure. I got them at Hobby Lobby. And so I have 5 envelopes here, so I'm going to take 4 of the 5 and open them up with the openings all facing the same way. So in this case, I'm facing them to the left. And then we're just going to use some adhesive and apply to your envelope on the far right, and then use it to glue down the next envelope on top of the flap, making sure not to go over that crease so you've got that flap. And then we're going to continue daisy chaining these envelopes together. This is a great use for envelopes you might already have, or junk mail envelopes, or things like that. I love the craft ones because they're very sturdy, but you can really use any of them. So for our 5th envelope, we're actually going to cut the flap off because we're going to put it in a way where the flap is actually, or the openings are facing each other. This is going to become our cover. So we're just going to attach that right there. Oop, I got it a little crooked, got to fix it. And you can use any adhesive. I just happen to have a glue stick on hand, so that's what I decided to use. So that is the basis for our envelope album. Again, super easy, but I wanted to go take a step further and just show you guys how easy it is to finish up. So I happen to have this 4 by 6, I believe that's what size it is. Oh, sorry, it's 4½ by 6½ inch paper pad that I'm just going to use just to quickly cover all of my the beginnings of my envelope. So if this is 4½ by 6½, I believe my envelopes then are 5 by 7. I don't know. I'll find and I'll put it in there for you. The big thing to do with this is just to make sure that you're not going to accidentally glue your openings closed. So I'm kind of trying a couple different techniques, putting it directly on there and just lining it up. And you want to make sure that you've kept your opening unglued, because it kind of defeats the purpose of having that. And so I'm just applying all of those, and let's zippy through those really fast. And as you can see, I'm just being really careful and just making sure my glue isn't accidentally gluing my parts closed, and just going around the back and the front. The back obviously is easier because you don't have to worry about accidentally gluing one of your openings closed, so that's handy. And this paper pad definitely makes it easier to get this done really fast. All right, now that we've gotten all of our papers down, it's time to add a little closure. So I'm just cutting a little slit over on the last page, the far right side, and just feeding my ribbon through, because when I have it accordioned, it actually folds, or it actually is able to go all the way around my little album and my little project. So cute. The thing to remember is if you had an even number of pages, because of how it folds, you would want to actually do a slit there right in the middle of the last 2 and on the end, just like this one, because then it will fold behind the album and be able to go all the way around. So just remember, odd number, you only need 1, even number, you need 2. And that is it. I hope you guys have enjoyed these ideas for a handmade Christmas, and you will tag me on Instagram if you guys decide to make any of these things from the video. Have an amazing day, and I will see you guys next time. Merry Christmas.